Hi guys, welcome back to our Customizing SmartSuite Pages episodes. This is our part 2. So in this episode I'll be going over pinups, from understanding what they are to editing, creating your own new pinups, as well as assigning them to your pages. Alright, so as you can see, I'm on my homepage. Right, from episode 1 I changed the background. I walked you through how to update your shortcuts, located at the top. So today we're going through these 3 little widgets here, which are pinups. Our first pinup here is our welcome to the library. This is a simple text pinup, so HTML text, for example. Within here we can change the text, so we can change our opening days as well as our hours, and I'll go through that. Below that we have our Let's Get Reading pinup. So this is a table, an HTML table with buttons and links. And I'll go through editing these links and these buttons, as well as adding some new ones, some color customizations, and what I do to customize this widget. And then on the right we have the TV for Ed, kind of a quick search. So when you click on it, it runs up a search for films, documentary, science, so on and so forth. It's very similar to our Let's Get Reading pinup, however it just searches videos. So I'll focus on these 2 in this episode, and I'll also create a brand new little widget there as well. Alrighty, so first thing you want to do is figure out what it is that you want to change. So I'm going to focus on the welcome to the library pinup. We want to go to our page settings, just like we did in our last episode, and we can see this blue widget here is our welcome to the library pinup. Now I want to hit the config settings. The config settings is where you will assign other pinups to this pinup. So my pinup name currently is the library hours, but I can select from existing pinups that have been created by us, as well as the staff in the office. Alright, you've got your description. This simply populates the information here, so that when other users are looking at the widget, they understand what that widget does. Because obviously when you're in the page viewer, page settings, you can't really tell what this pinup is if there was no description. You then have your pinup editor button and your save pinup settings. Alright, so once you've made your changes here, if you hit save pinup settings, that saves this widget. Now I'm going to go to pinup editor and then walk you through what's on this page. So this is our pinup editor page. On the left is our list of pinups, and you can go through those. They are a mixture of what we've created as tests, as well as the default pinups that you'll find even on your site. You have the option to duplicate a pinup or add a new pinup. The middle section is your pinup item. So this is what will live inside the pinup. So when you create a pinup, you have the option to create, say, a carousel. So within that you'll have multiple pinups. So, and as you know, a carousel is just a pinup that has multiple pinups scrolling through. And that's when you would add more than one pinup item. So you can see our library hours is here. If I click this pencil, it populates our pinup editor. Okay, this is our, if we scroll down, okay, it's our HTML editor. You'll have some other options up here. So you have another description field to add more information about the pinup. Now your type, you have a few options to select from. HTML/text. Okay, this just allows your HTML or just basic text. Okay, iframe a URL. Okay, so you can set up say a pinup with your school's website in it, or if you have your own school newsletter website, you can place that in there and then have that on your home page as well. You have Twitter, Facebook, YouTube pinups. Okay, so you can have your YouTube channel or your Facebook account or your Twitter account for your school all on your home page as well. That way students can keep up to date with what's happening in the school. You can select a other YouTube channel that you want to appear, PDF images. You have video. This allows you to add a MP4 onto your home page. Now remember, this video needs to be accessible via the internet. Right. Catalog record. Right, you can add a catalog record from your catalog straight to the home page. And records video player. This adds a video from your catalog into the home page as well. Right, I'm going to stick with HTML text, but I do suggest you guys have a look at what we've got here. I'll be creating another pinup that is using another one of these options, but definitely jump in and have a play. Okay, so I'll go down to my editor field. Okay, and it's as simple as adjusting the text. Okay, you can adjust the days if you want. Let's just say that the library is closed on a Monday because we like long weekends. Okay, and once I've made my changes, scroll up to the top, you've got a save button, hit save. Okay, if I go back to my home page, I just go save, yes. So refresh my page. Right, you can see my changes here. Okay. So that's how easy it is to adjust just simple HTML text in a pinup. Okay, just remember, hit your pencil, make your changes, and then hit save. Okay, if you want to get fancy, you can change the color, as we've got here, to different colors. So you get your text color, your background color. If I wanted a red, okay, I can change it to a red. If I wanted to be purple, I can have it purple. Okay, so you have the option there to change your text color. You can also add your own image. Okay, so if you had an image of your library, you wanted to add it to this pinup, you can definitely go ahead and do that. There's lots of things to play around with in here, so definitely jump in and have a play on customizing your own welcome to the library pinup. Okay, now I'm going to look at our Let's Get Reading. So I have a lot of people ask us, how do I add or remove buttons or change the buttons that are there? For example, you guys might not have adventure books for whatever reason, so you want to change it to a different one, or you just want to remove it altogether. Alright, so let's go through how I edit this pinup. Okay, again, I'm going to go to page settings, look for our pinup, books by genre, hit the cogs, and then straight to the pinup editor. Alright, our pinup item is here. Hit the pencil and you can automatically see there's our pinup. Now, what I do is edit it in HTML. Okay, so you'll see this button here. It says source when you hover over it. If you click it, you get a whole bunch of text. Okay, what I want you to do is highlight it all, copy it. Okay, I like to edit it in this HTML editor. Okay, on the left we place our code, and you can see on the right pops up with what the pinup looks like. Okay, so let's just pretend first of all we want to add an extra row. Okay, if I click on the bottom, I've got the options for my table. Okay, I want to insert a row after romance. Okay, so it copies that button for me. All I have to do is add the text. Let's say I want to add wall. Okay. I then don't want it to be the same color, so if I scroll down in my code on the left till we find the one that I've added. Okay, looking for background color. Okay, and it's using this hex code. Okay, and I'll show you this page here is where I like to find my colors. Okay, so let's just jump to maybe a kind of bluish color. Okay, I've got my hex code here. If I copy that out, go back to my editor. Okay, I highlight the code and I replace it, and you can see war has now its own color. Okay, the next thing I need to do is create the link in SmartSuite so that when the student clicks on this button war, it searches war within SmartSuite. Okay, so if I jump back to SmartSuite, just go to My Schools Collection. Now, to create a search and get a link, you need to do an advanced search. Okay, so I'll click on advanced search. My keyword would be war. Okay, you can see all the videos and books on war. Okay, and my link down the bottom here. Okay, so I can click this button here, which copies that link for me, tells me it's been copied to my clipboard. Okay, I'll go back to my HTML editor, highlight the word war. Okay, click on my insert link button at the top. Okay, the URL is what we just copied. Okay, that's my link to my search on war. Okay, click OK, and you can see now it's got the hyperlink attached to it. Okay, now if I want to adjust an existing one, so like I said, if you don't have adventure books, okay, you can highlight that, simply remove it, and then add your own subject to it. So let's put manga. Okay, now it still has the link from adventure books, so I'll remove that. Okay, and then we'll come back into our search manga. Oops. Search manga, search. Okay, copy my external link again. Go back to my HTML editor, back to the link button, paste my link. Okay. Alright, so I've changed that from adventure books to manga. Okay, and I've also added an extra one on wall. Alright, so once you've done editing your table, on the left hand side you want to select all again, copy, back to our pinup editor. I want to remove all that code there, paste my new code, and then hit the source button. Okay, source button will show me, yep, my changes are there, manga and war, perfect. Scroll up to the top and hit save. Okay, now if I go back to our home page, okay, books by genre is still there. Save my pinup settings, save the page. Do I want to refresh? Yes, I do. Alright, I can see mangas there. If I click on that, does my search for manga. Alright, and if I go back, I can then go down to my new button war, click on it, and it'll do the same thing, search up war for me. Alright, so that's how easy it is to edit existing pinups. Okay, I'll place the links that I use, so to the HTML editor as well as the HTML color codes, so you can use those. They're both free websites. I'll put those in the description. Now what I'll show you is creating your own pinup. Okay, so again, if you were starting from scratch, I'd go configuration, pinup editor. Okay, I want to add my own. I'm going to do top borrowed books. This will just be a slideshow of the top borrowed books. Okay, again, this is so that others who look at this pinup understand what the pinup is. Okay, my format is going to be a slide carousel, and that just simply means that each image will appear for a certain amount of seconds. You can see down here, I've got my intervals, and it'll scroll across, okay, as that interval reaches its selected number. Okay, I'll just go through these other ones. Single slide is simply just a single slide. You use that for things like the pinup we just edited. A vertical table, it's obviously a vertical table of items. A horizontal table of items. Right, I want a slide carousel. Security you can add if you don't want specific classes to view the pinup. Okay, I'm going to leave it as 0, and my intervals I'm going to put as 5. Okay, so show a slide for 5 seconds. After 5 seconds it shows the next slide. Okay, and save that there. Right, now my top borrowed books is selected, so now I need to start adding pinup items to this pinup. Okay, and I'll do that via the pinup editor here on the right. First one, I'm going to give it a name. First top borrowed book. Okay, it doesn't really need a description because that makes enough sense. Okay, I want it to be HTML text. Okay, I want to get to work on creating this pinup. So I'm going to go center aligned, select the font, and I want to say top this week. Okay, I'm just going to highlight that, make that big. Okay, and then underneath here, I want to have my images appear. Okay, now I might just add a little bit more. Just drop the font size to large and place number 1. Okay, and then I'll have the image insert option. Okay, now it's telling me to find the image. I want to select from URL. Okay, and then I'm going to jump to my catalog and I'm going to search for those top borrowed items. Obviously, you'll have to run your reports to find those top borrowed items. Okay, but I'm just going to jump to the catalog, find the first record I can see. Okay, I'm going to find my cover. I'm going to right click and select copy image location. Okay, I'm going to go back to my pinup editor, in the URL, paste that link I just copied, hit go. There's my image. Make sure you select it, hit done. Okay, and that is my first book. Okay, I'm going to go up and save that. And you can see that pops up here. Perfect. Okay, what I'm going to do to make this quicker is just copy this information. Okay, and I'm going to add a new item. And this will be book 2 top borrowed items. Okay, I'll paste my information in there. Again, I want it center aligned. This will be number 2. Okay, and I'm going to again click on my image button from URL and find my next book. Okay, so let's just go find Harry Potter. Okay, let's go with this pop-up book. Okay, right click, copy image location, back to my pinup editor, from URL, enter the URL, go, second book. Okay, select it, hit done. Alright, I'll then go up and hit save. Okay, and then I have my first top borrowed book, book 2 of top borrowed books. Okay, and then you can keep adding them. If you have a top 10, for example, you can add all 10. Alright, and then once you've done that, you go ahead and add that pinup to the library. So what I'm going to do now is jump to my home page. Okay, I'm going to go to my page settings again. Okay, now the different thing we're going to do here is go to our page builder, and inside here is where we will add a widget to the home page. If I just hover over the right arrow, I'm looking for pinup viewer. Okay, I select it, pops up just below, so you know you're on the correct pinup. Hit append to page. Okay, my config will appear straight away, and if I just scroll down, you'll see here is the pinup. I'll just drag that to the center. Okay, let's just make it a little bit bigger as well. Okay, you will have to adjust once you assign your pinup, but let's just start with that. And then the pinup name. Okay, so ours was called Top Borrowed Books. Okay, I just got to go through the list to find it. Here it is. Here. Okay, I can add a description. Top borrowed books this week. Save pinup settings. Alright, I'll save the page. This will refresh it for me. Okay, and I can see my top borrowed books. And after 5 seconds it changes to the second book, and again if you had 10 it would scroll through all 10 within those 5-second intervals. Okay, so that's adding a new widget. Again, very simple, and you can be pretty creative and create some awesome pinups that help students access, specific areas within the library. All right, if you have, say, things that aren't being loaned out as much, you can definitely add them to your Let's Get Reading widget. Okay, just to promote them to the kids, so that when they see, they go, oh, okay, I didn't know that there were, books on the wall. And when they click on that, it populates the search for them. All right, and then you also have the option to do stuff like this, where students can see, top borrowed books, which obviously will help them make their decision in borrowing in the library. Okay, so I really appreciate you guys joining in again. If you do want the links to the HTML editor I use, as well as the HTML color code website I use, those links will be in the description below. So definitely jump and have a play. Also, if you'd like more training in editing your pinups, you can definitely give us a call at any time. All of us will love to sit down and go through it with you. As always, like this video, subscribe to our channel if you're not already subscribed. That way you don't miss out on any videos that we upload. Tomorrow we're continuing on our SmartSuite version 3 training. We will be running a session on the catalog module. Okay, so the ins and the outs of the new catalog module and all its updated features. Next week we'll continue on our Teach Us This series. The links in the description below will explain what we're going over next week, as well as the SmartSuite version 3 training next week. I really appreciate you guys stopping by. As always, make sure you're subscribed, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks, guys.